Alright, so there's a little bit of lack of support. There's an installation guide, but no video on how to put this scuff plate on. So there's 3 bolts. One is directly to the left of the recovery hook in here. There's one in the middle. That's directly center. And then to the right of this recovery hook, there's one right up there. So at first you remove those 3 bolts, which I have here. Honda gives you a bag of these. You put the plate on and then put the black bolts that Honda gives you and have this loose. Next, what I'm gonna do is take masking tape and hold this here so I can make my drill markings for the rivets, which are here, here, here. There's 4 of them. So I'll clip off here and show you what's next. Okay, so I have the scuff plate taped up. These bolts that I was telling you about are hand tight, so it still has some move to it. Next, what we want to do is take our pin, and you want to get a center mark for each of these. And that's going to tell us where to drill our holes for the rivets. So I'm going to get my marks, pop this off, and then show you what's next. Alright, now I have center holes on each of these. So I'm going to take my center punch, and I am going to hit each of these holes where I marked it. So I'm going to put that there, push, and then it'll click, and I have my center punch hole. Alright, I have now center punched each of these, and I am going to take the tape and the scuff plate back off so that we can do our drilling of the holes next. Alright, so for the next part we need to drill a 3mm, then 6mm, then 9mm hole, just upsizing each time. So I'm using a conversion chart. For the 3mm, use a 7/64. For the 6mm, we'll use a 15/64. And then the last one is the 9mm, which is the 23/64. And if you have those bits, you should be good, or you can go get some metric bits. Now the instructions say to tape off at 10mm so that you don't go too far. I don't know how important that is, I just did it. So other thing is, make sure you're working 90 degrees to the bumper and you're not off center or anything like that. Get it as close as you can and drill in with the 3. Then we'll go up to the 6 and then the 9 for each of these. So do the same thing for each. Alright, so this is the last hole. This one is the 23/64. Just go here. And clean this up with a file or whatever you need. And then just do the rest of the holes, and I'll show you what's next. Okay, I didn't want to spend $100 on the Honda tool, so I got this from AutoZone for $10, and I tried to grind this piece down because this bolt wasn't long enough to use with these. It wouldn't thread in. I eventually just got fed up, and I'm using the 6mm rivets that came with this kit instead of these. I'll see how that goes. So now we have all 4 6mm rivets in the bumper. Now we can go back and put this on. So now I have this up here but a little loose so I can fit the holes. And now we're gonna thread these into the rivet holes, and then we'll tighten everything up after. So I got all of these into the 6mm rivets and bolted it up tight at the bottom. We're good to go.